Good morning students. Welcome to online classes. Let me introduce. My name is Sahana. I am going to handle biology for class 7. Let us begin our academic year with the first chapter, a new chapter that is plant tissue. Plant tissue. So before entering for the plant tissue, just recall the things whatever we have learned in the class 6 about the cell. So as we all know, we need different materials to construct or to build a house. So what are the materials needed for to construct a house? So like brick, cement, stones, even the crushed stones and even paint, all these materials are needed to construct a house or to build a house. So the main material which we need to build a house is brick. Same way, all living organisms are made up of cells. As how we need a brick to build a house, here we need a cell. All living organisms need a cell. So cell is called as the basic unit of life. So cell is called a basic unit of life. Basic unit of life. So cell is called as the basic, means cell is the important for the living organisms as like a brick. So cell is also called as the building block of the living organisms. So by these two things we can define that cell is a base, structural and functional unit of living organism. So we can define that cell is a base, structural and functional unit of living organism. So each living organism is made up of cell. So cell is the base structure. Base structure means which gives shape and functional means work. So each of the living organisms, if work is taken place, means that is with the help of this cell. Then even cell, as we all know, cells are very smaller in size. So we cannot see with our naked eyes. We have to use the instrument called as microscope to see the cells which are very tiny, means very minute living organism. Are the living thing present in the living organism, are the living beings. So then, what is the relationship between the cell and the tissue? What is the relation between the cell and tissue? So before going for tissue, based on the number of cells present in the living organism, the cell is divided into two types. In that, first one is the unicellular organism, and the second one is the multicellular organism. So here unicellular means one or single. So multi means many. So the organism which contains a single cell or one cell are called as the unicellular organisms, and the organisms which contains more than one, that many cells, millions or billions together cells will be present, that organisms are called as the multicellular organisms. Example for this unicellular organism, that is amoeba, then bacteria and paramecium. Etc. And examples for multicellular organisms are plants, animals and human beings. These are the examples for your multicellular organisms. So these are the basic things we have learnt in the class 6th. Now we shall study what is the relationship between the cell and the tissue. So what will be the relationship? As we all know, cell is the basic unit of life. And so in one cell a number of cells are present. called as unicellular, multicellular. But in the tissue, so here in the tissue, many cells will be present. Means a group of cells will be present. A group of similar cells will be present. See, now we can easily come to what is the relationship between the cell and the tissue. In the tissue, group of similar cells will be present. These similar cells help the tissue to perform a function. So, group of similar cells work together to perform one function. So, see, this is a cell. A cell, you are knowing the different shapes of cell are present, like spherical in shape, oval in shape, polygonal in shape, irregular in shape. So now I have taken here a spherical in shape. So group of cells means a group of similar cells. As we all know, in a cell, if you want to say a cell is a complete cell, 4 main components will be present. Which are those 4 main components present in the cell? To say that a cell is a typical cell or a complete cell. So, if we take here a cell, as we all know, the outer region is present, that is called as the cell wall, and next to the cell wall, only in the plant cell we can see the cell wall, but in the animal cell it is absent. The second region, this is called as the cell membrane. And inside here, the cytoplasm will be present. Cytoplasm. At the center, the nucleus will be present. And inside this cytoplasm, the different cell organelles are present. Cell organelles. So all this together make one complete cell, and where the function takes place in the living organism. Like this, so group of similar cells are present. So these cells, they combine together and perform one action or achieve one particular function, that is called as tissue. Then what do you mean by tissue? Tissue means a group of cells, a group of similar cells that work together or achieve one particular function is called as tissue. Now we shall move for our chapter, that is plant tissue. Now we shall move for our main chapter, that is plant tissue. So the plant tissue. Plant tissue is divided into 2 kinds. It is classified into 2 kinds. Totally tissue is classified into 2 types. One is the plant tissues, and the second one is the animal tissue. So now mainly we shall focus on the plant tissue. So plant tissue is mainly divided into 2 types. Plant tissue is mainly divided into 2 types. First one is the meristematic tissue, and the second one is the permanent tissue. Permanent tissue. So in this class we shall focus only on this meristematic tissue. In the coming classes we shall focus on the second tissue, or the second type of plant tissue, that is permanent tissue. Now we shall focus only on the meristematic tissue. So meristematic, the word is new for us, meristematic. So from where this word is derived from? The word meristematic is derived from a Greek word. The meristematic is derived from a Greek word meristos. So what do you mean by meristos? Ultimately, the meaning of meristos is division. The meaning of meristos is division. So the meristematic, the word is derived from a Greek word called as meristos, and the meaning of this meristos is division. So what we can understand here means the cell, mainly the cell division takes place in the meristematic tissue. As we all know how the plants grow, so sometimes we directly plant the plants, and we will be just by the seed we will be getting a plant. That plant changes into a huge tree. How this changes takes place? The growth will be there. So nothing but here the growth takes place in the meristematic tissue. So here the cells will help, the continuous division of cells help the plant to grow in the meristematic tissue. Means the cells which are present in the meristematic tissue, they will be very active. Means active cell division takes place in the meristematic tissue. So then where all this meristematic is present, in which parts of the meristematic tissue is present in a plant? So meristematic tissue is present in all growing parts of a plant. Meristematic tissue is present in all growing parts of a plant. It's present in all growing parts of a plant. So mainly all growing parts of a plant, we are knowing the different parts are present, like two systems are there, root system and the shoot system. So mainly there are two systems, that is root system and shoot system. Mainly two systems are present in the plant. So in the root system means the roots will be present, whereas in the shoot system, stem, leaves, branches, flowers, fruits, vegetables will be present. So especially this meristematic tissue is present in the roots as well as in the shoot tips. The root tips and in the shoot tips, the meristematic tissue is present. Then what is the function of this meristematic tissue? What is the function of the meristematic tissue? The function of the meristematic tissue is which helps to produce a new cell, or which helps the continuous cell division takes place, and we can say mainly the function of meristematic tissue is to produce a new cell at the root tips as well as in the shoot tips. What is the main function of the meristematic tissue? The function of meristematic tissue is to produce a new cell. Is to produce a new cell. Where it will be produced? So it will be produced in root tips as well as in the shoot tips. They will be produced in the root tips as well as in the shoot tips. Means the continuous growth takes place. Next, we shall move for the where they are found. Even function is to produce new cells, and we can take root tips and shoot tips as a location. Location means where they are found, means where the meristematic tissue is found. The meristematic tissue is found in root tips as well as in the shoot tips. So now once again we can recall the thing of the meristematic tissue. So the word meristematic tissue is derived from a Greek word meristos. The meaning meristos means division. Then where they are found, this meristematic tissue is found in all growing parts of a plant. So especially two systems are there, root system and the shoot system. Means that especially this meristematic tissue is present in the root tips and in the shoot tips. And what will be the function of the meristematic tissue? The function of meristematic tissue is to produce a new cell. Mainly what we can focus here in the meristematic tissue is the cell division takes place. Continuous cell division takes place, and the living cells will be present here. Till the lifespan of the plant, the cell division will be taken place. The cells will be active till the lifespan of the plant. Now we shall move for the characteristics of the meristematic tissue. In the next class we shall learn about the characteristics of meristematic tissue. Thank you.